What's going on, Taurus? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct. This is going to be your reading for the middle of September on to the end of September, so your mid-month reading. We're going to be hopping into the energies that are presented in the cards here, checking out your present energy and futuristic energy. But this is a general reading and it may not resonate with everyone. If it does not resonate with you, you can always check out your rising or moon sign or one of the previous readings that I did for Taurus. If it does resonate, like, share, subscribe, comment on the channel. Like always, that helps the channel grow. I appreciate your support, Taurus, and how you guys always come out strong. We reached 10K subscribers in the last week, so that was amazing. So I definitely appreciate you guys always coming out to view. Let's hop right in. If you guys don't follow me on IG already, you should follow me at chrisanthony14lbs, Chris Anthony 14 pounds. I post there daily or almost daily, right? Let's do it. This is going to be your present energy right here, Taurus, right? So this is your main storyline that we'll be hopping into. After that, we're going to check out your futuristic energies over here and see what's going on with that. That'll also be your supporting details. At the end, we're going to wrap up with a fairy card here. Eight of Autumn is what you guys have. All right, and if you guys need a personal reading from me, you can contact me by email. All that information will be in the description of the video. All right, let's keep it going. Up top, crowning your reading, Taurus, we have the Wheel of Fortune energy crowned by the High Priestess. So two major arcanas. That will make sense because this Pisces full moon that just passed, in Virgo was crazy. Right, intense energy. It was a major ending and new beginning type of energy, major rebirth happening. We also have Saturn about to go direct in a couple of days, I think on the 18th, right? So there is going to be a shift that's happening. It's a changing of the guards, a turning of the tables, right? That's happening with this Wheel of Fortune. With you guys, though, it has so much to do with your destiny, has so much to do with your purpose, right? Your calling in life, the route that you're taking moving forward. And it's a shift that's happening, right? So I feel like there could be a shift that's happening on your path. If you guys already know kind of what path you've been on and the direction that you've been heading in, and you already had this amount of information about your calling in life. But I feel like there's some type of shift that's happening where it's almost like a promotion that's happening. Your calling is becoming even greater than you imagined it was, right? And so much about the Pisces energy that happened around the Pisces full moon had to do with illusions or actual reality, right? Because with Pisces, coming into contact with Virgo season, they're the two opposite signs, right? Pisces rules like illusions and dreams and things like that, but Virgo is very grounded energy that deals a lot with reality. So with those two coming together, it's kind of like some of the things that you thought were just a dream, or you thought was too big for you to accomplish because it's just little old you, right? Or something that you thought was just an illusion because it's like, well, yeah, I kind of want that, but there's no way I can actually do that. There's no way I can actually pull that off. Like, I'm just me. I'm just Taurus, just walking around doing my thing. I'm just going to keep it simple, keep it grounded, do what I can do when I can do it. This is kind of like the attitude that you've been having, but something about the Pisces full moon made us have a shift in consciousness, made us kind of realize that some of the things that you thought was just afterthought, that you thought were just an illusion or just a little dream that you had when you were younger or something like that, are actually connected to your real calling in life, right? Something that you thought was too big or too beyond your reach is actually coming for you, right? Is what I'm feeling. So I kind of get the idea or the energy for you guys to dream bigger, expand your consciousness, expand your field of view, expand your vision, because it's bigger than you think it is. With this high priestess sitting here, this is talking about that those secrets being revealed, right? This undertone of your calling that had not come to the surface yet is really making its way to the surface. Is making its way to your consciousness now. Before, I feel like it was kind of hidden in your subconscious here with the high priestess. And it was kind of like this small little voice that would call you and pop up every now and then and say like, hey, you know you're supposed to do something big, right? You know it's bigger than what you think, right? But you would kind of just push it to the back like, you know, that sounds good. It sounds nice. Idealistically, it sounds okay, but realistically, it's no way that I could pull that off or do this. Or so this is what I'm feeling. It's some big major calling that's coming in your way with this Wheel of Fortune, that's shifting you into alignment with it, shifting you into your purpose, shifting you into this divine plan that you're destined to be on, because Wheel of Fortune has so much to do with destiny. And intuitively you are picking this up. It's actually being revealed to you. It actually came through with the information that was downloaded through this Pisces full moon. And there's a certain level of confidence that's going to come in with it, that's going to match this big, you know, I want to say the word, and I can't even say it. What is it? Grandiose or something. It's like a grand feeling about this that your calling is shifting into. And some of you guys are kind of like moving forward into this big major calling, like that has to do with even you being famous, you being known, like people knowing your name will ring bells, is what I'm feeling from this high priestess. Like she's been sitting back chilling, you know, being behind the scenes, being the wallflower. She's been in this place of kind of like not wanting really to be known, just studying, right? Downloading this information, getting to know herself. But all the while, she's been sitting on this wealth of knowledge, this golden egg, right? She's like the golden goose. And some of you guys don't even realize that you're the golden goose, right? It's like you've just been hanging back, right? Chilling out a little bit, just waiting for the right timing. Subconsciously, this is what has been happening. But I think consciously, some of you guys don't even know who you are, or have not even begin to scratch the surface of where you're going and how far this path is really going to take you. You've been at the beginning of it. You've been in the development stage of it all. You've been kind of beneath the surface, but you haven't broken the surface of it yet, is what I feel. So this is great energy coming in. Intuitively, you are being guided to expand, to dream bigger, to reach for higher goals, to stretch yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit. You're intuitively being guided to kind of go after something that I feel like has been being hidden from you a little bit for a while, because you needed to develop maybe other sides of your personal development. But now I feel like the secrets have been revealed to you about your purpose and about your path and about your destiny, and it almost is blowing your mind, because you're like, what? It's kind of like some of you guys, have been welcomed into your Akashic records, and the universe has been showing you some things like, this is where you're supposed to be, this is where you're headed, this is what you're going to do now, this is your next mission, right? This is your next like location that you're going to be at. And it's like, you're like, what? Like, I thought I was just supposed to sit here and just read this book and just get to know myself and just level up. But all the reading and the leveling up and the development and the dealing with your shadow self and all this development that's here, that's on this spiritual path, I think we we forget to understand like what happens after this. Like, you just don't stay on this spiritual path or this spiritual development forever. Like, you just don't come and for 20, 30, 40 years of your life continue to receive tarot readings and continue to develop the same thing and continue to do the same shadow work and continue to go around the sun and not, evolve and move forward on your path into your greater calling, right? So some of you guys are at this point where you're moving on past the studying, the development, the shadow work, the meditation, the clearing out, and whatever, everything it is you've been doing to get to this point. Now you're about to walk through this door. And I feel like it's so much connected with the external world. You're coming out from behind the veil. You're coming out from behind this subconscious hidden place. And the secrets you now hold are going out into the world with you for you to accomplish this goal, this path, this destiny that you have. It's written in the stars, right? Like I said, I definitely feel like some of you guys are the next people that are taking on this fame, that are taking on these roles in front of the public. Some of you guys are definitely in politics. I'm feeling a certain level of administration. I'm definitely feeling this entertainment, but some of you guys are going to be like staples moving forward into this next generation that we're kind of walking into, and I feel like these tables are turning. It's the changing of the guards, where the people that have been here are being replaced by these other group of people. And shout out to Pretty Boss TV, because it makes me think about a reading that she did recently, that this energy here that I'm seeing is so much matching with what she was talking about in one of her last readings. And she was almost saying the same thing, like this is like a changing of the guards that's happening, where certain people that are spiritual, that have been doing the work, that are ushering in this new age of energy, that are not stuck in the older paradigm, are moving into these positions of power, right, to usher in this newer age of Aquarius, right, where it's not so materialistic, it's not so stuck in the 3D. Like, these people are coming with this 5D reference, going into these 3D positions or places of power or staples in their community or in the world in general, and ushering in this new energy. And this is the table that is turning. Wow, Taurus, this is deep. Can I move on to the rest of the reading? Gosh. So some of you guys are kind of stressed out about this change, this new information that has come in, where it's like, you're supposed to be doing something even bigger. It was nice while it lasted, what you're doing. It was very, what's the word? It was very noble of you, Taurus, to have been doing something that you have been doing for a while. But the upgrade is here, and it is a lot more bigger than you think it is. And maybe you've gotten comfortable in this small little twin-sized bed that you've been in with roses on it and a mattress that even doesn't even seem that comfortable. It seems pretty hard with this one pillow, right, that you've been on, with these pajamas that are from the Middle Ages, right? Maybe you got comfortable in that energy because it was the place of your training and the place of your development and your darkness, that you really have been becoming who you truly are, or finding out your real identity, and you got to the bottom of all of your issues and problems. And but you were not supposed to get comfortable in that twin-sized bed. So now that the universe is like, okay, time to wake up, it's like you're stressed out about it. You're like, what? This is not my bed? This is not where I live at? This is not... No, it's not. Like, Taurus. I'm sorry. Two of Pentacles. is here, right? Talking about this indecision that's coming in because you're like, wait, but I thought it was this. I thought that this was my bed. And the universe is like, no, you have a king size bed, like in this new place over here on the other side of the country that is really your bed. You were just like in this twin size bed for training. And so you're kind of taking it in with this Two of Pentacles and trying to rebalance your life out right now. But the thing is, it's not that much of a shock to you is what I do want to say, because like I said, that whisper in the back of your subconscious has always been kind of whispering this to you, like you're going to do something big. You have a great destiny. You have but consciously, I guess you didn't believe it. You're just like, okay, I'm a grown person. Like the time for dreaming and all that good stuff is just over. Like let me just get as real as possible because shit gets real, right? With this Nine of Swords, and so you just settled into a certain role is what I feel like, but that role was only for you to get to this next place. And it's crazy, Taurus, because I was watching the movie Anna last night, and I always speak to you guys about movies. I think the last movie I spoke to you guys about was The Matrix. So I was watching this movie Anna, and it's about this woman who is an assassin, right? But she's like one of the deepest assassins that, or spies, right, that you could have because of her ability to kind of like transform and almost be like a chameleon. So she is like a high level spy, and she gets into like espionage, and then she turns into like a double spy, double agent, and she's working with Russia and working with America at the same time. And it's like nobody can really pin her down, not even herself. And the reference that she uses is like, I think they're called the Russian dolls, because she used to sell Russian dolls before she got into like the spy game or whatever. But her whole life was almost like her changing or shifting, identities or paths, or finding out, getting deeper and deeper. It was almost like how an onion is peeled layer by layer. Her whole life was kind of like that. And she started off on the external layer and thought she was this, and then she ran into certain things and it transformed her and peeled back another layer, and then she ran into something else and it transformed her and pulled back another layer, right? And it's like everybody she came into contact with, it's like they would contact her on one of her layers that she is, but she, was like a Russian doll. And they would peel off this layer and it's something else beneath that, then pull off this other layer and it's something else there, and then pull off this and it's something else, so there was even, this confusion that she felt for herself, where she's like, wow, like I can do this and do this and do that and connect with this person and be here and blend in here, and but like, where does it end? Like, where is the last Russian doll? Right? And so this is kind of what I'm feeling with your energy here, and I feel like you're on this next point in your path, this next layer in the Russian doll, right? Where it's like now it has shifted and it's time for you to do something new. Time for you to kind of like reveal another layer about yourself or expand in another type of way. And you have to move from out of this place that you've been at, right? That was something that was going on with the movie too. Like, they would be like, okay, now it's time for you to go to Moscow. It's time for you to go to Hawaii. And she had gotten so used to the last location she was in and the people she was interacting with and the friends that she had got and the people she was dating. But, the people that were kind of like in charge with her, which was the KGB in this movie, was like, okay, now it's time for you to move. Like, next. And then it would just create a little bit of confusion for her because she had to shift into this next role. And I get the feeling that some of you guys are dealing with it in this way, Taurus. Right? So you're walking away from something, having to kind of like put the sword down and move away from a certain belief system. The Hierophant is here, right? Or a certain way of viewing your life so that you can make this transition into the next phase, this next path, the next point in your journey. And so, whatever was working for you during this last phase, your set of beliefs, your ideas that you held, the way you were viewing the world, the way you viewed yourself, this is not going to work for you moving forward. You're going to have to leave that idea down on the ground and walk away from it. And so this does create a little bit of anxiety and stress, because when we're talking about belief systems and ideologies, they're pretty deep. They go very deep into the subconscious. But this is why you're coming as the High Priestess, because she deals with the subconscious and the intuitive approaches to life, right? So something will be kind of laid to rest. And I feel it's more of the limiting belief system, that thing that made you think that a certain dream that you had a glimpse of is too big for you or not inside of your reach, or something that you can't pull off. This is what you're about to be leaving behind and no longer struggling with and fighting with, because this level up is going to be real. And it matches who you are, right? But it's a certain part or aspect about you that you don't even know who you are, right? How big you are, how much of a big deal you are. You don't even know this. So you think that you're one person, right? But there's another layer. There's a deeper layer. There's another Russian doll that's about to come off, and it's another one hidden behind that, and then another one. And you're just going deeper and deeper into this. But the deeper you go into the identity of who you are, the bigger the plan becomes. The bigger your area or field of reach becomes, right? The bigger your vision becomes, the bigger the path becomes, right? So the deeper you go spiritually, it's like the more vast your destiny becomes. This is what I'm feeling. Yeah, like if you're here putting in this work, right? If you feel connected to this star seed energy, if you feel like you're a light worker, if you've been doing all this spiritual development and taking on all of this dark and light energy and transmuting it all and doing your alchemical manifestations and all this work, like you're not just here just to like tune into a tarot video and like watch that every month and then see what little small things are going to be happening next time the new reading comes around, and find out who I'm going to be dating and who's going to be coming back. And like, this is not the plan. The plan is pretty big, right? It's pretty universal. Like, it's a lot of moving pieces involved, a lot of people working behind the scenes, your spiritual team, your spiritual guides, right? Your higher self, a lot of planetary alignments, a lot of other beings here that are at work, at play. And the whole point is that the universe is evolving, right? The earth is going through this transformation that's shifting from this 3D consciousness into the 4D, 5D and above. And you're here, right? You've been sent here to do this work, not just to like live your 3D life. It's like you've been sent here to do something. Like, so you guys are definitely about to be sent out into the field like secret agents, right? Like this movie I was talking about, to pull off this task that only you can pull off. Now it's crazy, and I'm going to tell you this too, because in the movie there was this term that they used for Anna, and I think they called her a white key. And what that meant is that she can unlock a lot more doors than other people can because of the skills and talents and abilities that she possessed. And they were like, yeah, you're a white key because you can pretty much unlock any door, which was meaning that she could walk into any room and people wouldn't suspect her of being a spy, right? They would just suspect her as being however she presented herself. So she could be a model, she could be a waitress, she could be, anything, a cook, like, and they would just like be like, oh yeah, she is a model. Like, she looks like a model. But really she's there to kill somebody, right? So this is what I feel like you guys are taking on, Taurus. It's very big, very huge, very large as your mission is, and you're being sent out into this next portion of your mission. Okay? Now we have the Ten of Pentacles with the King of Cups, and we got to end this reading. Like, goodness. So Ten of Pentacles is here talking about, your vision for your future, right? And how that could be shifting a little bit because, like I said, it's becoming larger. Your path is, your trajectory is kind of shifting and changing, and it's like the universe is saying, no, that was too small. Dream a little bit bigger. So you could be taking on this King of Cups energy. You guys could be also dealing with the King of Cups. It could be somebody, a water sign that's coming in. Or just somebody who is emotionally connected and in tune with you that is here to help you build this new vision or this expansion of your blueprint. I definitely feel that. I think in the last reading we were talking about some type of love connection or just soulmate connection happening with you Tauruses. So you could be dealing with the King of Cups here, because I just don't feel like this is your energy that much. It's possible. But this person could be what's part of your vision moving forward. And then it could be a King of Swords here, which is an air sign. Possibly doesn't have to be an air sign, but it could be a death that's happening around this individual. Or, this is what was kind of like closed out, this cycle with this person maybe, that's not going to be allowed to go forward because this shift is happening on your path, right? Your trajectory has changed. So it's like you're leaving Moscow and headed to Hawaii, right? It's like you can't keep the same person or circle around because your mission is new now. You're changing what it is that you're doing and what you have to accomplish. So you have to leave the same people in the same place that they were. And this is represented by the King of Swords maybe, and how it's a death and an ending happening here, but it's like the future moving forward happening here, because the Ten of Pentacles is talking about the future. And it could be with, like I said, this water sign or King of Cups type of individual, emotionally connected. This other person does seem emotionally detached, more logical, reasonable, which may have been good for you in the past, but moving forward, maybe you need this connection that's more emotionally stable and emotionally connected, and that can feed you emotionally in some type of way. All right, let's keep it moving in your futuristic energy. We have the Five of Wands, we have the Page of Swords, we have the Six of Pentacles, and then the Eight of Swords here. Five of Wands is some type of conflict that could be happening with this new path that you are definitely being guided to go through and go on. So there's a little bit of internal conflict happening, definitely, I feel, because look, it's a Two of Pentacles. I mean, it's a Two of Wands, right? It's a new journey, and you're like, well, I thought this was my journey. I thought this was my twin size bed. I had got so comfortable here. I put pictures on the wall, and I ordered this blanket off of Amazon, and I got the sheets for sale, and the pillow was comfortable, and I put some artwork on this bed below, and I hung swords up on the wall, and I got a night light because it was so dark in that room. Why do I have to move now? My neighbors are so cool. Yeah. So there's a little bit of conflict, but I mean, the table has shifted. The wheel of fortune has turned, and you are going to be walking in this new direction, right? This next phase of your life, this new chapter, the next mission of your soul has started. And so this information is coming through, right? The Page of Swords brings information. The Knight of Swords brings information very quickly. So this shift could be happening very fast for you. Like, you don't really have any time to think about this last phase that you have to wrap up. It's like, okay, we're here. The message has been sent out. Let's go. We're here to get your things. Right? So it's coming in all forms, is what I feel. If you need some confirmation, that's going to come in too. If you need somebody to tell you to your face, they're going to come in and tell you. It's like, I feel like this message to move forward and on upward with your path is going to come in a lot of different ways to confirm it to you, so you don't have to stay worried and thinking, should I go or should I stay? Like, it's here, right? Now the Wheel of Fortune is here again, right? The lady with the wheel, and it's clarifying 6 of Pentacles here. So there is some balance that's coming in with your finances, definitely, right? If your finances have been out of balance, you've been maybe the one that's been more of the borrower and not the lender. You've been the one that maybe has not been in power. You've been kind of out of your power, right? And maybe financially not as stable as you wanted, or let's just say even out of finances, you've been giving a lot into something but not really seeing the major returns on your giving and the work that you've been investing and putting in, the energy that you've been putting into something. So that is what is changing and shifting. This is why this is changing and shifting, because the time is here. This is why maybe you've been putting in so much work and investment and energy and time into something and it hasn't been paying off, because that thing maybe is not it anymore, right? That person maybe is not it anymore, or this path that you're on is maybe not it anymore. Not for any reason. It's just the wheel of fortune is shifting and it turns. It's a wheel. It's supposed to turn, right? So maybe your mission for this area has dried up and it's over now, and now you have to start giving into something that will be paying you back, that will be lucrative, that will, bring a certain level of growth, will bring in these 10 of Pentacles. And it's bigger too. It's more defined, it's more elegant, it's more luxurious. Right? You see this lady on the Wheel of Fortune? This is, yeah. Like, it's very intricate, this shift that's happening, but it's been written in the stars, like, and the time is here. Saturn is going direct, right? So maybe the last 5 months you've been completing this last cycle of what you had to do. You had to give what you had to give and clear this karma, complete this karmic mission. But now it's like a new karmic mission is coming through. And it's like, all right, let's go. Next mission. Let's get out of that outfit that you have on and put on this one. All right. So yeah, 8 of Swords, you may definitely get stuck in your head moving forward into this next phase of life, which makes sense. But it's only because, maybe you're having some trouble letting go of what is to come, or what has already came. But like, you're getting this big pentacle right here. You see, you guys, right here, this is your energy. King of Pentacles. You have this big pentacle that's being presented to you, right? But like, in your mind, all you can think about is like what you had to give up. You see how he's kind of like thinking about something else, but you don't even understand like where you're going and how much you're being promoted and expanded upon, and how much your path is shifting for your good, for your higher good. It's just a certain part of your mind where you're like, man, I have to give up my twin size bed. Sorry, I'm tripping about the twin size bed, but yeah, you're giving up this twin size bed for like a very big, huge pinnacle that is right there, and you kind of can't even see it because you're focused on this twin size bed that you lost, or this twin size relationship, right? Or a twin size job, when you're getting a king size job and relationship and bed that's all coming in for you, right? It's the Ace of Pentacles that's coming in. King size. Let's go. You're a big girl. You're a big boy now. Put your big boy britches on. Put your big girl britches on, right? Because this old thing has completed. 10 of Pentacles is under the deck. I mean, what am I talking about? 10 of Wands is under the deck, talking about this completion that has come full circle. And a shift is happening. You've cleared this karma. Saturn is about to go direct, and he's giving out new orders on the 18th, coming in when he goes direct. He's like, all right, did you complete your mission? Okay, cool. This is next. This is where you're about to head to next. This is the post you're about to take, right? This is your mission. Carry this out. So 8 of Autumn under the deck for you. Do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship, and long-term projects. Yeah, you're about to be working on something new. This is the soul mission, right? It's all connected, but there is a new form of this that you're taking on, and I think it's pretty big. Like, it's connected to your overall mission, but you thought that your mission was just one thing that you will just be doing for the rest of your life. And it turns out it's not. It's like a new thing that you're about to do. All right. Yeah, so 8 of Autumn energy is very much so here. You guys had a lot of energy that was connected with Capricorn too, which is weird. A lot of these cards Capricorn had, like they had this 5 of Swords with the Hierophant, the same exact combination. They had the 8 of Autumn too. But theirs was more so dealing with relationships, and yours seems to be more so dealing with like work or career path, or what you do. The 8 of Pentacles, right? What you do in this life, like how you're positioned. So yeah, it's shifting. All right, let's wrap it up right there. Taurus, thanks for tuning in. This went on very long, but I don't mind doing it for Tauruses. I will see you guys in October. Dang, it's October. All right.